Welcome to the Holistic Business and Life Mastery Podcast. My name is Supriya Roy. I'm your host, your holistic business and marketing coach. In this week's episode, we're talking 3 ways to boost profitability in your holistic business. And if you are a holistic practice owner, then today is going to really set you up for the new quarter ahead as well as the new year ahead. I don't know about you, but being a wellness professional, Christmas time is like the busiest time. And if you're feeling underprepared, then this episode is really going to help you think about the things that really matter in case you're trying to also take a break while you keep making money while you're taking your break. Okay? So let's talk about what profitability actually means. I always like to talk about the contrast. What it doesn't mean is that you're going to have to work more to be able to generate profit. In fact, you need to work smarter and align your efforts to generate the kind of results that you want to generate. If you're trying to create more money upfront, then you need to think smarter. You need to think about a strategy that's been proven so that you can actually implement that and people can start working with you in a way that not only serves them, but also serves your business. Sound good? So let's talk about how we can help you directly, right? We help people build profitable businesses that take less hustle and create less work. Now, a lot of people struggle with this idea, especially as businesses that are service-based businesses. Their true nature is to provide a service, go to work and do work. And going by the recent experience that I had with another service provider client of mine, we noticed that after achieving her first set of goals, she was starting to think back like the previous version of herself. As a business leader, the first fundamental belief you have to change, to keep progressing and keep upgrading your business practices and your business results is that you must tell yourself that you create more income by working less. Okay? So you need to set up your mindset in such a way that you remind yourself every day that I make more money by working less. And this is a big principle and a big belief that is really hard to adopt, especially for service-based businesses or business owners. Solopreneurs, especially because you're constantly working, but you forget that actually being in business means that you need to be profitable, and to be profitable, you're going to want to adopt these 3 strategies. Shall we get started? So here is strategy number 1. Strategy number 1 is fine-tune your current offers. When we talk about offers, we have given you a episode once before on how to create an irresistible offer. When we talk about offer, we're really talking about how are you packaging your services. Are you currently selling that single service offer? Because if you are doing that, chances are that you're currently sending out mixed messages. Because I want you to think about how you're selling your single services. Are you currently selling, say, a single session of a treatment or a therapy? Then you might be selling some, card readings on the side. Then you might be selling a consultation of a certain kind on the side as well. These are called single session offers. And what they do is they kind of confuse your audience, especially when it comes to looking on your website, looking on your marketing, because you're constantly saying different things all the time. Now, what I want you to do is look at what is your most popular service that you have sold, And then I want you to double down on that and use that as your selling point, unique selling point. Okay, so you could be a yoga teacher selling yoga lessons, but you might also have these other services that you sell. Then why not create a program that can help the person achieve a certain result using all those services? And you create an offer or a package which doesn't have to be about whether it's yoga or your tarot or your astro or your Ayurveda. I want you to transition from smaller, lower cost services to a premium package which can then deliver a higher value result. Then what tends to happen is you get to schedule your time in such a way that this person doesn't need to come in to see you 3 times a week if you are selling 3 services, that you get to create a program that helps them utilize your services within that program, which enables them to get that result. So I'll give you an example that I've done myself in the past. So I had a 10-day digestive reset program. Okay, and this is an Ayurvedic protocol. Okay, but me, because I'm also, or I have been a yoga therapist as well, I combined yogic practices like pranayama sequences with it. So I didn't separate them two, I combined them two, plus I included some more gifts like bonuses that I knew could support the person to create that program, like WhatsApp group, like a take-home PDF with guidance and information, with an offer to add on herb prescription or giving them herbs as part of the package if they wanted to buy it from me. So these options create a new package that is tailored to the person that's signing up. And I was selling a 10-day detox program, using yoga and Ayurveda on holistic practices. Can you see that? So it's a 10-day, it's a definite period of time. They got WhatsApp group support and they got recipes, they got the guidance, they got the pranayama, they got the excellent support, and that was the value they got. But the ultimate result they got from that high value offer is the detox. Okay? So I want you to listen to my previous podcast episode on how to create an irresistible offer. And that'll give you more clarity about how to position your offer in such a way that will be a really hard thing for your customers to say no to. But it's a good time right now to fine-tune your offer and take a signature program approach rather than a single service approach. So how does that sound? Do you think you can do this? What you want to consider right now is, if you've been selling single services, that is not a profitable way to do business. That is not a profitable way to operate yourself, your energy, and it's got low return on the investment of your time and, all your focus. So I'd rather you use this approach, which is the signature program approach, than the single service approach. Are we cool? Now, what tends to happen with signature program approach is a lot of struggling entrepreneurs and holistic professionals think that, well, I'm not qualified enough to do this or that or say this and that. So here is the thing, right? One more time. You must be a believer, okay? This is your value system as a business owner, and that is, you make more money by doing less. You make more impact by doing less. Okay, so you've got to find a way to actually have bigger impact with less work. And how you do that is you're giving them a higher value program which delivers them a result versus you're giving them a short burst of your energy, and it's a single service, which is a single unit, and it doesn't really take anyone anywhere. You and I both know that it's a short-term solution. And yeah, so if you like the sound of that, go ahead and apply that in your business, because it's less about you and more about your client. They want a result. And when people are looking for an offer, or they're looking for some sort of a holistic alternative medicine solution, they're looking for a solution for their problem. And an offer really speaks to the problem they're trying to solve, rather than, hey, I'm just trying to look for a novelty experience, like, oh, I should do a detox. That's not a novelty experience, right? And you don't want to be a novelty. You want to be someone that solves a problem. All right. So let's go to strategy number 2, which is leveraging your organic marketing strategies. Okay. So what do we mean by organic marketing? What I mean by this is, yes, it's not going to cost you any money, but it is going to cost you some time and focus and thinking to set it all up. Because I've said this before and I'll say it again, that you should not be investing in ads until your organic marketing plan is done. So what it means is you need to know who your ideal client is, what problem you're trying to solve for them, and what sort of ways do they need their problem solved. That way you can market using a targeted approach. When you target that person in your marketing, everything turns around, okay? When you do a campaign, meaning a series of communications that is targeted to a certain person that is needing your services, needing your signature program, everything shifts, everything changes. So when you are a generalist, what tends to happen is you come across as someone that is just selling a service. And so when the onlooker, the audience, or the people that are looking at you saying generic stuff, then guess what? They're going to look around for more like you. Okay? And then they're going to go into the thinking, they're going to be in their cerebral mind thinking, well, yeah, if I go here, then I'm getting this. If I go there, I'm getting that. And people don't actually buy using logic. They buy from a feeling. So when you are not connecting on an emotional level with them, and by that I mean, if you listen to our episode on value-based marketing, when you do that, when you do marketing, use value-based marketing, which has this deeper level of thinking done before you do your marketing campaigns, you are not only going to save money, you're going to save your time and energy, and you're going to drive more traffic and engagement to your offers. Because let's face it, profitability is contingent upon how many people actually see your offers. Okay? You won't be able to sell everything you put out there, but it also is dependent on how many people saw what you put out there. If people are looking at your offer and saying no, that's still okay, but you need to be seen by the right people also. And the way you get seen by the right people is by saying the aligned things, communicating what they are wanting to hear. Because think about yourself, when you are walking along the day, you're going about your own day, how many things do you actually pay attention to deeply? And what are those things that you're paying attention to? It's the things that resonate with what you are wanting and needing at the time. an example of this. It's silly, it's very, very off, beat, but consider this, right? I've noticed that when I'm in need of a laugh, I'm tense and I'm feeling stressed, I'll go and scroll. And I'll scroll to what I actually find funny. There might have been hundreds of useful, posts on what could help me solve my stress, causer, but I tend to go for garbage, and I make myself feel lighter through that, thing that I consumed, and then I get offline, I get back to my thing. If that doesn't make sense, what I'm trying to say is every human being has their own filters on. They are going about their day. They're getting bombarded with a lot of media out there, but what they're tuning into is what is already happening inside them. So this deep level of thinking about how to do organic marketing, you've got to get in touch with what is your ideal client value currently, what is keeping them up at night, or what is stressing them right now, and how can you be seen by them? How can your communications be like that, the siren, the mermaid calls and then someone hears it? How can you be that for those people that are looking for you at this point in time? So that's marketing. That's value-based marketing, okay? So this is how you want to actually position yourself when it comes to marketing. Use your testimonials, use client stories, showcase how much value you are actually giving to that particular person, not everybody. And also build trust through, sharing content or being consistent with the way you show up. All the ways that you can build trust, likability, and, that image that is consistent with what those people are looking for. And that's kind of the foundation level work that needs to happen for your organic marketing to work. And then guess what? Once you've set that up, everything can be rinsed and repeated through campaigns that you can just create the assets, like create the posts, create the dialogues, create the assets, meaning maybe you want to give some things away, create those things, and then you can rinse and repeat them in order to attract more eyeballs, attract more inquiries, attract more phone calls and visitors to your pages. So this is strategy number 2, because this organic marketing is so underlooked or underappreciated. People think, the fastest way to get more clients is go and get some paid ads. But honestly, if you don't have the messaging done, if you don't know what you're saying, even if you put yourself on ads, yes, people are looking at you, but are they actually paying attention to you? They're living their own life, they're living their own day. And are you saying anything that's going to help them stop the scrolling and tune into you because you're relevant for them? Is that making sense? So it's not saying it's easy, but this is the level of thinking you must do to be profitable. A lot of struggling entrepreneurs, a lot of struggling solopreneurs are saying this, that they're not getting enough inquiries, they're not getting enough people to come and talk to them and inquire and sign up. And one of the biggest reasons is this messaging point. The marketing field has changed. What you've studied in uni, or what people have studied in uni, and a lot of people that I work with, help them do their marketing, they say this to me: Supriya, I've done a course on marketing. And I said, yeah, me too. It's an evolving platform, it's an evolving thing. And one thing I'm going to tell you, having been in business for 16 years, is you can't outsource this part. You can't outsource your messaging, because nobody knows your customer, your product, your value more than you. And so that's why you have to do the thinking and the organic foundational work first yourself. Cool. So once that's done, you can then run targeted ads. Okay, so that's one. And then also finally, you might be thinking, well, I don't have an audience, right? You may not have a social media platform that has many people on it. Maybe you're just starting out, or maybe up until now, you actually haven't, marketed as much. I know those of you that are listening right now, thinking that, well, who doesn't market? Well, those of you that don't or haven't been consistent or been deliberate, I'm gonna tell you, don't feel ashamed, don't feel bad, because I was like that for the first 5 years of my business. I don't know how I survived, right? And maybe that's why I hit that wall. If you haven't heard my story, on the 5th year of my business, I came to a fork in the road where I was either gonna have to give up everything. 5 years in business plus 4 years before that, all the effort that I put in to get to that 5-year mark in business wasn't a small thing. So think about yourself as well. Are you going to just give up by seeing what you've done unconsciously, or are you going to now take conscious action and be very deliberate about the way you do things? I think you should choose the second one, okay? Just saying. So I want you to know that back in the day, 5-year mark, I hit a point where I just was going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, because in my brain, in my thinking, I really didn't know how to turn things around. And that's because I had a lot of limiting beliefs around marketing. I used to think marketing's sleazy, only smart people can do marketing, only marketing professionals do marketing. Yeah, a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of lies, lives that were running my business. Okay, so I want you to come out of that thinking and don't give yourself a hard time, because it's something that you learn along the journey. You'll only learn this also if you are in business. Okay, a lot of people talk crap about this stuff, especially those that are not in business. But if you are having these problems, congratulations. These are problems that you're only going to come across when you are in business. So that's another way of looking at it. So I'm just going to finish it up here by letting you know that you must do the ground level thinking to be able to have a sharp message or a clear message to the people that you are here to serve. Okay, so let's go into strategy number 3, and that is to automate and delegate to free up your time. What does automation look like for you currently? Think about how many things that you're doing currently on repeat, but they may or may not be automated. How many things in your business are automated? And automation doesn't mean that you stop looking at them. In Holistic Business Mastery, we actually encourage you to do a quarterly review of all the automations and your systems. Okay, similar things. I'm currently promoting my new ebook called The 6 Secrets of Magnetizing Your Dream Clients. And in that book, I talk about how people that have been in business long term, they need to review who their dream clients are at least every couple of years. Okay, and the reason is because as you grow, your business grows, and as your business grows, your offers evolve, and your offers evolve for who? A new type of client, the high value client. And that's why you need to know who your dream clients are. You need to do that deep level of thinking, like we were talking about in strategy number 2. Profitability means that you are managing your time really well. When you manage your time, it means that you have more time to do the thinking work that only you can do. But it becomes impossible if you're constantly running around doing all the work, physical work. You're constantly busy. Okay, what are some of the things that you can automate in your business currently? I'll give you 3 examples. I believe I've also done another podcast on this, but let's go with 3 things that we encourage you to do straight away. Number 1 is automate your voicemail. Okay, so in your voicemail, when you get calls, say in your voicemail that you will get back to them within the next 24 hours instead of answering your calls all the time. Okay, that's number 1. Same thing you can do with your emails. You can automate your email responses to say, I answer my emails every second day, or we don't have a receptionist, we will come back to your email within 24 to 48 hours. Give that email response so that it buys you more time and you have a routine to follow. Okay? Is this making sense? So emails and phone calls, automate them, the responses. Because what are you doing otherwise? You're picking up the call and going, hey, I'm busy right now, I'll call you back. Or you call them back all on the same day and go, hey, I'll call you back, or it's the end of the day. And so, you're doing this over and over. Why not strategically actually create a time, like a schedule for you to do emails and calls on a specific day at a specific time, and let those inquiries and calls build up so that you're more productive within that hour instead of throughout days all the time. And you might be thinking, well, Supriya, I could be missing out on customers, and if I miss out on a query or something like that. Well, that means you need to actually create a system that supports you and your future clients. Back in the day, I used to have a phone number for my work, and because that was my business model, I would make myself available. Then I had a receptionist, but we had a receptionist answering calls because that was our business model. I have shifted away from that. My next goal is to get out of social media as well, myself, right? That time is coming, but I have a system right now that I have applied in my business model where we don't take phone calls and inquiries. We have an FAQ page, or we have a, it's called direct response marketing, right? It's got direct calls to action about what people should do if they are looking at our content. There's no random inquiries that we answer. It's all targeted. It's all related. Is that making sense? That's strategy number 2. Strategy number 3, another way you can automate besides phone call, emails, another automation that you can adopt is your schedule. What I was mentioning before is time block for certain activities. Meaning, I only do sales calls on Thursdays. That's when my energy is best, because it takes a lot of energy from listening to unpaying clients, right? There's no even exchange. You're really there for the person, and it takes time to develop that bandwidth. But what I have worked out is, well, Thursdays, according to my own schedule, is the best day to serve people without that even exchange. Okay? Have you got something like that? And automate that so that other things that happen or need to happen on a Thursday get done in some other way. This is what's going to bring up delegation. So just because you're doing sales calls, just because I do sales calls on a Thursday doesn't mean I don't take coaching clients on Thursdays. I have a team. I have other people that I can lean on to go, hey, I've got a client. Would you be able to help my client on these days? So I have a team of 3 other coaches that actually step in and do those work, the jobs for me on those days. So delegation can be shared work, And I will do a podcast on how you cannot excel, you cannot be successful on your own. Like just on your own even though you're a solopreneur, you still want community partners, you still want networks, you still want professionals, you still want people that will support your vision and mission. And also you don't, just work in a silo. So automation and delegation really makes your journey worthwhile, and you will use things like sales funnels, marketing funnels, you will use emails and technology to be able to nurture people that are interested in working with you, and also nurture yourself, your energy, to be able to have that time to think higher quality thoughts. So this is how you optimize and boost profitability. About automation and delegation, you may be thinking, oh, technology. I don't like technology. I don't use technology. A lot of you might be using Google. And that is technology. If you have a smartphone, if you're watching or listening to this podcast, well, you are using technology. Everything is figure outable, as Marie Forleo once said. Okay, everything is learnable. If you're not a tech savvy person, you'll find a system that works for you. There's always a way. So these are the three things, okay? Let's go through them again. Number one is fine tune your offerings. Make sure you move away from single service and move into a signature program approach. Number two is leveraging your organic marketing strategies. So make sure your organic marketing strategy and system is set up so well using value-based marketing so that you are heard, you are seen, and you are, magnetic. And number three, automation and delegation, so that your time, your energy is not always doing work, rather you are being a leader in your business, even if it is run just by you. Now, you might be thinking, well, this is all good, but how about you give me something more that can help me apply these things? Because sometimes listening to a podcast or watching a video may not be enough. And this is exactly why I've created the ebook. I've written an ebook, which is a 24-page book with easy to follow action steps, explaining to you these 6 fundamental secrets that we teach our paying clients. And we're giving that away for free because we want to see you do well. And we know you currently may be wondering, what is it that you're not getting? You might be thinking, well, is it time for me to give up? I don't want you to give up. I want you to take more strategic, proven actions that can help you create the profits that you deserve. So the link is in the description. And the link, if you're listening, is www.supriya, supriyar.com/free guide. And when you go there, you'll be able to download the free ebook so that you can actually implement all these things that I've just listed to boost your profitability. So I hope this has helped you and served you. By the way, we're also running free business trainings throughout October in partnership with the New South Wales government. Absolutely everyone can attend because we are running them virtually. So do check out the link in the show notes as well. And if you're listening, here is the link, www.supriyar.com/business trainings. And these are trainings that we're running throughout the month of October. They're run virtually, and you have options of many different time slots. Sign into them, take advantage. This is a brand new quarter coming up to prep you for the brand new year ahead. And we want to be profitable businesses, changing the narrative of the holistic wellness profession. And I'm here to support you wholeheartedly. I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I've liked making it. Thank you so much for pressing play, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week. Have a great one.